Everyone has that one movie they can just watch over and over and over again. That one film that's so good a single viewing just isn't enough, where every watch of it is a brand new experience that gives them a new perspective on the movie, or lets them pick out all the little details they might have missed the first few or dozen times around. For me, that movie is the British action comedy directed by Edgar Wright known as Hot Fuzz. With Wright's highly kinetic and fast-paced editing style and its perfectly timed comedy, Hot Fuzz is not only my favorite of Wright's Cornetto trilogy and one of my favorite movies of all time, it's honestly one of the only movies I actually like to rewatch. And I think the biggest reason I enjoy this movie so much is just because of how dumb it is. But not in the way you'd expect. It's dumb in the sense that it is bonkers, and has a lot of fun with the variety of ignorantly arrogant characters in its cast and all the ridiculous tropes it can make fun of. And today, I want to talk about why this makes Hot Fuzz so fun to watch. Oh, spoilers by the way. Now, as I mentioned before, one of the dumbest things about this movie is the characters and their personalities. Because outside of the main character, Sergeant Nicholas Angel, most of the characters are actually dumb. Whether it be Butterman's childlike naivety, the Andes' laziness and immaturity, or the Neighborhood Watch Alliance's arrogance and believing they can simply control the village without anyone trying to stop them. It's quite enjoyable to see all the different ways these clashing personalities not only interact with the protagonist, who's probably the only competent person there, but also the way these cartoonish personalities interact with each other.
Also, because talking to them to help them struggle in it, Dad.
It also loves to point out the stupidity and ridiculousness of many of the tropes of the buddy cop genre in action movies. Rather than starting off with the main character being a rogue cop who plays by his own rules, it starts with him being forced to transfer to a quieter location because he's so good at his job that he makes everyone else look bad. His scrappy, bright-eyed partner, rather than being a newbie who hasn't been jaded by the world of crime, is introduced as a drunkard who nearly kills him. That, coupled with his incredible curiosity of Angel's career, always asking questions like,
Is it true that there is a place in a man's head that if you shoot it, it will blow up?
ends up making for a truly unexpected and interesting duo that seems to subvert most of what we expect from this kind of film. But rather than constantly making fun of it, Hot Fuzz also fully embraces the craziness of these tropes, which can most obviously be seen in the third act with the battle for Sanford. After narrowly escaping the Neighborhood Watch Alliance with Butterman's help, Angel decides to go back to the village and put an end to the madness once and for all, going full badass in the process. Things go off the wall as gunfights explode into life and epic battles break out, and with the help of Wright's skillful direction, you never lose track of what's going on, and easily absorb the explosive insanity of it all. Though it's crazy and over the top, it's an absolute spectacle that delivers a satisfying payoff for the audience. And this kind of embracement of ridiculousness can be seen earlier in the film through Angel's investigation of the recent murders and his theory that they're being caused by Mr. Skinner, who he believes was trying to prevent one of the victims from building a brand new supermarket that would end up ruining his own business. However, this theory turns out to be complete bullshit. It turns out that the Neighborhood Watch Alliance had been orchestrating the murders, killing Blower for being a bad actor, Draper for having a weird laugh, Merchant for having an extravagant house, Messenger for having bad spelling, and Leslie Tiller for wanting to move, because they don't want her to bring her gardening skills elsewhere. The murders were plotted by the NWA to preserve the reputation of the village. This is some pretty ridiculous reasoning. Dumb, one might say. But it is both comedically morbid and compelling enough to keep you interested without making you confused. But this purposeful stupidity doesn't end with the movie's narrative, as the way it is laid out and directed can sometimes even leave the viewer feeling a little dumb. There's quite a lot of hidden details scattered throughout the film that you only ever really notice on a second, third, or even fourth viewing. From filling each shot with Easter eggs to little stuff like this.
Yeah, we'll put a call into Aaron A. Aronson, shall we?
What's your name?
Aaron Aronson.
Sorry?
Every viewing lets you find something new and sometimes can even give you a whole new perspective of the film. Hot Fuzz is a fantastic film. With its stylistic editing and clever twists and subversions of various genre conventions, it is an insane, ridiculous, and in a sense stupid film that is an absolute joy to watch, both for its story and characters, as well as the many secrets hidden throughout. But I think more than anything else, Hot Fuzz is a movie that really just reminds you not to take everything in life too seriously. Because there's quite a bit of enjoyment to be found in the dumber side of life. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Just before you go though, I want to ask you for a favor. If you really liked this or thought it was interesting, be sure to share it in some way. On Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Or hell, just even share it with a friend or family member you think might like it. I just want to try and test something here, so it'd be awesome if you could try and help. That aside, I fucking love this film. It's one of my favorites, and I think it's actually the first Edgar Wright film I properly watched. And it's how I actually ended up getting into his stuff, because then I watched Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim, World's End, and... oh, actually, Baby Driver is out this week too. I can't wait to see that, because it looks phenomenal. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, then be sure to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to come fly with me. And hopefully, I'll see you later.